Hey everyone, welcome to Crazy Desert Knitting and another amazing episode on what it turns out to be a very rainy, cloudy, chilly, cold day here in Phoenix, Arizona. Normally I don't get to say this. It's kind of cold outside. It's really weird. We've had some really weird weather the last couple of weeks. It's kind of, for Phoenix it's been cold. So hence the sweater. Okay, well, thank you everybody who is visiting with me today. If you are a returning viewer, cool for coming back. I appreciate it. If you guys are a new viewer, welcome to the Crazy Desert Knitting family, and I really appreciate you being with us today. Okay, that is out of the way. So go ahead and grab yourselves whatever amazing, awesome beverage that you are going to be drinking and your project that you're going to be knitting while you are listening and watching this video. And come on and join me, and we're going to start with some really quick admin stuff to get out of the way. I'm actually going to link you guys to a different Ravelry page down there in the description box, which is, by the way, where you can find all the notes for this show. I'm going to link you guys, I'll give you guys names of patterns and yarns and that kind of stuff down there. I can't guarantee I'm going to link everything, but at least if you guys want to find something, that's where it's going to be. So down there in the description box, click it to make it bigger. Okay, so beyond that, I have lost my password to the Crazy Desert Knitting Ravelry page that I set up a long time ago, like a year and a half ago. And it is sent to my Crazy Desert Knitting email address, which is linked to this lovely channel. However, I've lost the password to that as well. So I can't get a new one because I can't get it to send to a secondary email at the moment. I'm still working on all that. But in the meantime, if you guys want to hit me up, become friends, whatever, go ahead, click on my personal one, thumbs up. I'll be happy to hear from you. On that note, also, this is going to be a 100% unedited, I gotta get my hair on my face, it's driving me nuts, unedited podcast today, or vlog, or video chat, or whatever we're calling this, due to the fact that I still haven't gotten my computer fixed. I know I've said that twice now, and I really have not gotten my computer fixed yet. So, sorry. You guys get all my bloopers and craziness and anything that doesn't get edited out. So again, unedited, I do apologize. I swear I will eventually get my computer fixed, which means I will get back into being able to have my editing software. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. I wound up working a boatload in the month of November, and part of the reason why this podcast is about a week or two later than I originally intended it to be. I really aim for about every 3 weeks, and this one turned out to be about 4 or 5, I think. Because again, I wound up working like 28 days straight. So didn't really have time for a whole lot of knitting either. We'll see. Okay, on that note, let me check my little show notes here real quick. I got the unedited part. Okay, you guys are probably going to want to know what it is that I'm wearing and what it's made out of. This here is it's called Kimono. I don't remember who it's by. If you guys want to join me as friends on Ravelry, I did make a version of this, a smaller version, for a family friend of ours who is much tinier than I am, out of much better yarn, as it turns out, on my project page. But it is called the Kimono, and it's all garter stitch. You make rectangles basically, and you stitch them together. It's actually a very, very easy project. It went really quickly the third time I did it. I have 2 versions of this. I have this one here that's in brown, and I have a red one also. It's more of a deepy maroony red that is made out of Encore. It's a worsted weight yarn, lightly bulky, slightly worsted, heavy worsted, depending on how you talk about it. And it's really fast, really easy. It's nice and cozy. It's big. It's comfy. This one here, I think, is like a Debbie Bliss yarn. I've had this sweater for years. It's like my go-to throw on if I get cold kind of a thing. I should really stop rocking. I'm sorry, guys. I'm in a swivel chair, and that's like horrible. I'm like a child in a swivel chair. You put me in a swivel chair, and I'm just going to want to spin. I don't know. I'm really weird like that. Also, don't ever expect my hair to look quite this nice ever again, because I just came from a haircut. And however, how they styled it, driving me nuts. So I do apologize if you guys see me playing my hair a lot. I might just tuck it behind my ears and be done with it because it's driving me insane. Okay, so you guys are probably all done with that stuff, especially since it's been 5 minutes. I'll try to keep the rambles to a minimum, just to let you guys know. Apologize. All right, so let's go ahead and get to some works or some finished objects. How do you guys want to completed projects, finished objects, whatever you guys want to call them, off the needles? My first and foremost is, yes, I cannot believe it either. I have finally finished Building with Lace. So this is Michelle Hunter's Building with Lace shawl. It is huge. The pattern was really great. I would never suggest doing it out of the yarn that I did it in. I don't suggest it. It does not have enough twist, just to let you know. But pattern, amazing. Charts, really, really good. Her descriptions, her videos that she links you guys, you can see this little icon down here is Michelle Hunter's videos. Inside each one of the patterns and stuff, if she has a specific technique that she thinks she needed a video for, just in case, it's on her website, and she tells you what the video is to search for. It's really great. This actually made reading charts easy for me. So pattern-wise, pattern was awesome. I would have much preferred the project if I did it from start to finish instead of breaking it up in chunks. That would be my biggest problem. I didn't like the chunks. My second biggest problem was I really hated the edging. It took forever. It just took forever. If you guys remember, I think it was the beginning of October. I'd started it and I had 4 or 5 of the points done. I finished the points last weekend. Now, granted, I put it down for another 30 days because I just didn't want to deal with it. And I didn't want to be frustrated in the little amount of knitting time that I did have during that time frame. So I did put it down for a long, long while. I'm going to throw that up there. Everything around me is really messy, but what you guys see in camera isn't, which is really entertaining to me. So I did finally finish the edging. I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing yet because it's not blocked, but I will show you guys the edging. And I will bring this back out hopefully at the next episode as I'm dropping stuff here. See, I'm telling you, I'm just going to put it by my ear because I'll put all this side because it's driving me nuts. I can't deal with it in my face. So this is one side of the edging, and so I can get it. It's it's going to be points, but there are 15 points on each side. This is a really bad way of showing you guys what this is supposed to look like. And in each one of these points, I don't know if you guys could, maybe sideways is better. Right, there we go. Sideways is a little bit better, but in each one of those points, there are beads, and there's a 16 row repeat for each point. There are 15 points per side. 2 sides equal 30 points. I can tell you I finally got faster at them as I went. But yeah, that part drove me a little bit insane. It took me forever. So that was one side. Let's see if I can find the other side. The other side might actually be a little better because I had a little more patience when I did them. I had to figure out the right side versus the wrong side. So I think once they're blocked, it's going to be beautiful. You guys can't even really see that. But no, this is not much better. But so there you go. I will block it, and I will actually take pictures and insert the pictures next time I do this. Because, the pictures would be a lot better. I'm actually going to try to fold this up. It is really, really long too. The yarn that I used, I'm actually going to read it off because I wrote it down. I didn't bring it with me, but I did write it down. The yarn I used for the Building with Lace shawl was Alden by Tahki Yarns in Colorway 02. It's kind of like an oatmeal taupey color. And that's the colorway I used. I don't suggest using this yarn. It's a single ply yarn and it doesn't have a lot of twist. Not that the yarn itself isn't nice for what you would do with it. It's not a good lace knitting yarn. And why I say that is because, again, there's not enough twist. It splits really easily. It doesn't allow for a lot of definition in many cases. I think my project turned out beautiful, but I wouldn't use the yarn again for this project. I'd use this yarn again in the future, but not for a project like this. Also, you guys are going to see there's a few other beads here in the way. The beads that I used were size 6 seed beads from Dyna-mites, and they are in the Rootbeer colorway. Again, I'm going to put all this information in the description box right down there in case you're looking for it. But again, I'm reading it off my show notes because I wrote it down. But you guys are really proud I actually made show notes today. I don't normally do that. Normally it's a, Melissa, we're going to wing it, and then we'll just edit out whatever I don't want. I don't have the ability to edit at the moment. Sorry. Okay, I'm better now, I promise. So there's that. You will also need, or what I used to put on the beads was a 0.75 millimeter crochet hook, which, by the way, if you really look at it, is really, really small. I did try one of like those beater things. I didn't like it. I tried it. Somebody had one that they didn't like, so they passed it off to me so I could try it. I didn't like it either. It's too much hassle. Like, I couldn't deal with it. Just couldn't deal with it. So there you go. Okay, that's all the information for building with lace. Again, I will block this for us, and next time I will actually make sure you guys get a full picture of it. You don't get the full glory of it, I found out, because when it's not blocked, you don't really see a whole lot. So my next finished object is actually a brand new pattern that got released onto Ravelry like 4 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. And I don't know if anybody has seen the felted cat pouch by Deborah, and if I pronounced your name wrong, Deborah, I do apologize. Deborah Tomasello. So sorry again if I did not pronounce your name right. I do apologize. For some reason my camera's not focusing. Sorry guys. There it goes. Woohoo! Now you can see me again. Oh! In all my crazy rude glory. However, she came out with a brand new pattern, and it is called the Pooch Pouch Felted Bag by Deborah. I'm going to say Tomasello. Tomasello is what I'm going to go with. I apologize again if I pronounced your name wrong, but this is mine. So I did the golden retriever pattern, and I actually, like, she gives you handles in the bag itself, and I also made a handle, so like there's directions in there for a handle that you can attach. I didn't use those directions because I sat there going, why am I going to make this separately and then have to attach it after it's felted and all that kind of stuff? And I was like, too much effort. So I wound up just leaving 10 stitches live at one end when I bound off all the rest, and 10 stitches live halfway through on the other end. I actually, went through and did the math, and I knitted a really, really long strap that was 10 stitches wide. And I grafted it together at the other end using any version of a grafting stitch, whether it be the Kitchener stitch or whatever. This is my very first ever felted project. I'm so excited. It's not perfect by any means. I think my overstitching isn't quite right. Some look better than others. Like, I like the ears on this guy better than I like the ears on this guy. But, whatever. For my first felting project, it was really cute. I'm also this bag is actually featured in the pattern itself. So she did use this picture when she went and published the retriever pattern. In this pattern, you get like 8 different kinds of dogs. It's like crazy. I don't know if it's actually 8, by the way, but there is the golden retriever. There is, I believe, a Yorkie, a pug, a bulldog, a German shepherd, who I swear looks like a Doberman Pinscher. Like, it looks like a Doberman Pinscher to me. There's a couple more. And my dachshund, like a regular like puppy. I think there's a poodle. I think that's 8, maybe 9 or 10 in there. I don't really remember. This is all like the ears, the mouth, and the tongue. You guys can actually see a little tongue here. Is all done by duplicate stitching. It's the first time I've ever duplicate stitched as well. So you learn as you go. That's all I gotta say. You learn as you go. So it's definitely not perfect, but I think it's really cute and it's really adorable. And I actually kind of like this side better, as it turns out, the one that I'm holding towards myself. So apparently, because I like to look at it. So one of my really good friends from my local knitting group did the pug version, and it's in black and purple, and there is no overstitching in that. So go check it out. I mean, they're really cute. I'm actually considering doing the bulldog as well as like the poodle and a few of the others as well, because it's a really cute pattern, guys. It's for $4, available on Ravelry. Go ahead and search the Pooch pouch felted bag. I'm also going to link you guys down in the description box below. Really great. I'm really excited, and it's like the perfect size bag. I was like, I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but there we go. The yarn that was used for this is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted weight yarn. And as I found out, I did not know this before, Knit Picks changes their colors frequently and often. Guess what? You cannot actually find these 2 colors in Knit Picks anymore. The closest ones I came to were a golden heather and, hold on, I wrote it down. Golden heather and forest heather are the 2 closest to the green is forest. Golden heather is like the color of the dog, and he would be a little bit darker. The tongue was done out of blossom heather. It's the pink for the tongue, which I don't really know if you guys can actually see the pink of the tongue, but, and the black is coal. They still have those 2, but the first 2 they didn't actually have. Yeah, so these, like my actual green and the actual gold that was used in here, they don't carry them anymore. Apparently they change over their yarns really frequently. So they don't carry these 2 anymore, but there you guys go. So those are what I used for this. I don't know what else I can tell you about it besides the fact that it's like the perfect size. It's perfect. I loved my handle. It actually shrank more than the rest of the bag shrank, which was kind of cool. Because I knitted it like way too long. So hey, I didn't know how much it was going to knit, how much it was going to shrink. So we will find out. Okay, last finished object. You guys saw my first Rose and Lily, by the way, this is still unblocked, hat. This is a men's hat because I made it green, and it's actually like a teal color, and gray. Well, I finished, you guys saw the beginnings of the last one. And so I went ahead and I finished it. It's in purple and gray. You guys are seeing like a really well shadow there. It was not a swipe of purple there. I don't know why you guys are seeing a swipe of purple, but maybe I should do this. I shouldn't be seeing a swipe of purple. There we go. This is, again, is also unblocked. I do need to block these still, partially just to let the yarn bloom and to get all that stuff figured out. The first one is in adult size large. Second one is in adult size medium. And these 2, I'm gonna actually get you guys the name of the yarn because it's not in my project page. I don't know why. I probably should put it in my project page, but I didn't. Boom. Okay. So this is Nuna by Marasol. So it's Nuna by Marasol. And it's a sport weight yarn that is 40% wool, 40% silk, 20% viscose. Just to let you guys know. So they suggest hand washing it. Just to let you guys know. So probably should put that on the tag when I give it to my cousin. Good thing to know. This pattern comes in small, medium, large for adult and for child. The only thing that is different between the adult and the child is the yarn you use and the size of the needle you use. So when you guys get the pattern, don't think you're getting 2 separate patterns. You got to read the pattern very, very carefully. And like the children's stuff is all made out of fingering weight yarn. The adults are all made out of sport weight yarn, which gives you a drastically different size in your hat. So that actually brings me to my first work in progress. And I am actually going to be making the Rose and Lily hat a third time. And yes, this will probably be my last time this year to be making this hat, at least until somebody else has a baby. I'm going to be doing it out of fingering weight yarn for a child, and I am probably going to make the child's small, maybe the child's medium. Probably going to start with the small. I'm going to be using Cobasi. This is going to be for the elephants because it's going to be a little girl. So this is going to be for the elephants. I don't know if you guys can, yeah, it's more of a neutral gray. It's not quite as dark as it was showing up on here. But it's 20%. Let me actually read what it's made out of. Okay, so Cobasi is 55% cotton, 16% bamboo. Apparently I like bamboo. 21% nylon and 8% silk. It is considered washable and dryable, just to let you know. So I am not a crazy person. I did consider this before I made this for a baby because it's gonna get dirty. I have actually dropped it. That's okay. I have another portion. I used some of the Cobasi for my spider socks. One of my first episodes you guys will ever watch from Crazy Desert Knitting, I made spider socks, which were really, really cool. Go check out that episode, by the way. I used this for like the heels and the toe, contrasting heels and toes. So I'm basically going to wind up using the same color scheme because I'm actually using the same orange yarn, which, by the way, it turns out a lot darker in person than it's showing up on camera. It's more of a burnt orange, more of an amber orange than that bright orange you guys are actually seeing. That's a little better. When you put it next to the brown, it looks a little closer to its color. But you put the two together and they look really cool together. This is from Lollipop Acres. It's fingering weight. It's washable. So I'm guessing it's a superwash nylon wool mix. Superwash wool nylon mix. I don't know what it is. I can't find the tag anymore. I don't know. I know it's from Lollipop Acres. I know that much. And I really love the color because I almost kept the socks that I'm going to give my friend that have giant spiders on them because she loves spiders. But again, it's fingering weight. So is this. So I was going to put the two together. We're going to wind up with a really cool baby hat. The Rose and Lily baby hat version of the two adult hats. So I kind of went from finished object to a work in progress that actually has not really been cast on yet, but I have the yarn, I have everything like ready to go. So I do need to cast that on for when that's ready. Okay, my actual other current, I only have two. I actually had 4 works in progress at once, and it was driving me insane. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I had the Pooch pouch, I had the Building with Lace shawl, I had my socks, which you guys actually saw last time. Maybe you guys didn't see them. I don't remember what I cast on and what I didn't cast on. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since I did the last episode. Whoopsies. And then I had the third Rose and Lily hat. I was like going insane. I couldn't do it. But I actually have cast on and finished one sock. I'm actually partway through another sock, which I'm not as far through it as I would like to be. So my second cast on is the Evergreen sock by Madeline Gannon. So this is actually my finished sock. So you got a little evergreen right there in the sock. And I think it's adorable. That's the other side. I really liked her description of how to do the heel. Just to let you guys know. She's got a really cool heel stitch on there. I kind of guessed on my toes. I Kirchner stitched the toes. She said graft the toes, but Kirchner stitched the toes, which I think is a grafting stitch of some variety. So there's that. So there is the finished sock. This is the current work in progress, which is not very far, but I have gotten through the ribbing and about 6 rows of the chart. So she did write out and she also did chart the lace pattern, the lace evergreen, and it doesn't take very long to do, and I thought they were really cute. And I wanted to kind of be able to wear these socks kind of beyond just Christmas. So yes, it's a Christmas sock, but it's not only a Christmas sock, if that makes any sense at all. So let me see if I actually can hold it this way. Actually, I can get it to stand better this way. I am using a size 1 needle. There are 72 stitches on here, so I did the absolute biggest one I could because I didn't like the yarn otherwise. If I added a repeat, that would have been too long, so I would have had to actually add stitches in between the repeats, I think is how I would have had to do it if I needed to go bigger. But the yarn I am using is Huasco Heather, which I really love this yarn. The last episode, I think I showed you guys a few things that I picked up from Isabel's Parlor, my local yarn store last time. This is one of those items that I picked up from her, and it is in the Valparaiso colorway, which is actually this really cool color. Like, I actually really like it. It's a gray brown color. It's kind of really neutral, and I really love it. So it's going to go with a lot of things. I am sure I'm going to have leftovers. Not sure I'm going to do with the leftovers, but I am positive I will have leftovers. So again, this is the Evergreen sock from Madeline Gannon. I originally started this project to go along with Stranded Dye Works or Stranded Podcast. By the way, go check that out. Really like her podcast. I also really like her yarn. I just can't get any of my hands on any of it at the moment because I have so much still in my stash. I really wanted to get these socks made up and finished by the end of November. She was doing a festive sock along, and I was like, you know what? I don't make socks very often, and I haven't made socks in a really, really long time, but so let's give it a shot. And one pair of extra festive socks that were handmade for me would be worth it. I mean, I don't wear a lot of socks, but so these are really cute. So I'm definitely keeping them for me. I really like them. They're really nice and soft. Machine washable. So, because let's be honest, guys, I machine wash everything. It's not machine washable. I'm not going to be using it. All right, so there's that. So I'm going to do my next on my needles / my stash enhancement as one. The next thing on my needles is actually going to be a christening blanket for my brand spanking new cousin that is going to be born in the next like month and a half. Okay, it's gonna be like 5 weeks, let's be honest. So I'm really excited for that. And I did ask my cousin, we talked about this a while ago, that would you like me to make a christening blanket for you? A special christening blanket. I hand knit her a baby blanket, like an everyday baby blanket as a baby shower gift. And she was like, I can't use it, it's too pretty. I'm like, oh, please don't say that. I was like, use it. It can be washed. It's okay. It was made out of Caron Simply Soft, I think is what I used. Like Caron Simply Soft is like baby version of that. So it was like a fairly basic one. So I sent that to her, and then I was like, you know what? I need to order the yarn. So on Black Friday here in the United States, that was the day after Thanksgiving, for those of you that are keeping track who don't know. If you don't, wow. I don't know. I think they have Black Friday all over now. For me, it's the official start of the Christmas season, the holiday season, the festive season, depending on where you live in the world. I am not prejudiced against other holidays. I just personally celebrate Christmas. I like Hanukkah, by the way. Anybody who is celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. Before I forget, happy Hanukkah, because I know it's going on. It started Sunday, I believe. Okay, back to what I was saying. So I'm making her a christening blanket. So I got on Black Friday and I started looking around, and I wound up on yarn.com because it was where I found the stuff. And I wanted to make sure I had something that was washable and predominantly dryable, because we're talking a baby here. Like, even if you only use it like once in a great, great while, like for each kid, somebody's going to throw up on it. So you got to make it washable. And, you know, my mom looked at me, she goes, if you make something that's non-washable for a brand new baby, the mother's going to kill you. I was like, good call, Mom. So I made sure it was washable. So I wound up picking up Cascade Yarns Heritage Silk. Boom. And it's 85% superwash merino wool, 15% silk. And according to the label, and I'm literally reading from the back of the label here, it's machine wash cold, tumble dry low. I nailed it. I'm going to be knitting Queen's Anne lace, which is, I don't really know if it was meant to be a christening blanket, but I've seen many, many people that used it as a christening blanket. I think it was actually meant as a shawl. But it was published in Men Who Knit, and it's a free pattern from Ravelry. And I know a couple other people that have actually knit that pattern already, and they say it's fairly easy, even though it looks really complicated, but it's fairly easy. So that's what I'm going to do. My cousin definitely wanted it in a white, not a cream color. And I was like, okay, so there is no colorway name on here. It just says color number 5682. However, I am pretty sure the website said Snow White. Like Snow White. Like that's what they called it. Like it looks more cream on camera than it does in person, actually. But it is white. It's a true like color of snow. So there's that. Okay, so that's next up on my list. Other thing that's next up on my list is I'm going to be making, I don't know if you guys remember, if any of you guys have seen the 7th Harry Potter movie, 8th Harry Potter movie, 7th Harry Potter movie, where they went back to Godric's Hollow and Hermione had this really great, cool, purple looking hat. I have a friend who really likes Harry Potter, and I have a cowl that I found that I was going to give her for Christmas. Well, found out I didn't have a hat. So, boom, we're going to use this for a hat. And this is the Berroco's Ultra Alpaca. And it is, I wrote it down. It's the Lavender Mix colorway, just to let you guys know. So that's when I'm going to be doing it next with that one. Also on Black Friday, I did purchase some sock blockers because I don't have sock blockers. These are the, I'm going to use the name here, Bryce Spun stainless steel sock blockers. Mine are in size large, but they do come in small, medium, and large. So there is that. Okay, so that is everything for today. I am hoping my next episode will actually be before Christmas. But until then, for all of you guys out there that celebrate Hanukkah and any other holiday around this time of the year or festive season, happy Hanukkah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope to see you guys again and you guys come back and see me. So thank you guys so much for joining me, Mel, your crazy desert knitter. And I will say, keep on knitting, everybody. Bye.